王博士您好，我是哈萨克中文编辑部、哈萨克国际通讯社中文编辑部的穆塔尔。我和我的同事阿尔曼今天很荣幸能够采访到您。我的第一个问题呢，就是作为一个国际知名的经济学家，我相信您也应该听到了最近美国总统特朗普做出的一个重要的决定，就是向包括中国在内的多个国家的产品实施加征关税。那您认为特朗普的这个决定会不会对全球贸易造成一个非常明显的影响？而且呢，中美之间双方也都清楚，激烈的贸易战对双方都没有特别好的好处。那么在这种情况下，两边有没有可能达成某种程度的妥协？
Okay, thank you for your question. And I think that President Trump, now he's in office for almost a month, is trying to start rebalancing the trade with the rest of the world. His first term was did with China, but now he's aimed at everybody, which I think in the short run is going to hurt global economy because it's going to create a disruption, chaotic situation, and a huge adjustment. But in the long run, I think this actually will isolate the U.S., will push more countries to trade more among themselves. So I think this policy may not going to work, but probably have to address some of the imbalances. So I think that particularly for the China and the U.S., it will be very unproductive if the two countries are getting into a trade war. I think it's already showed that during the first term, China has sustained that. China and U.S. trade has even gone up more than the first term. So I think that U.S. Is using this as a vehicle to push for more talks, which is fine. China is not afraid of talking, and we can talk, we can address all those issues. Let's make some deals. Let's make some reciprocal deals, beneficial, and let's stop the trade tariff. So I think in the long run, if we can sit down and make a lot of good win-win solutions, it may be better for China and the US and for the world. And let's not obsessed with ideological autocracy versus democracy, that kind of narrative, or build up a geopolitical alliance like AUKUS, Quad, and Camp David, and things like that. Let's do more on the economic, CPTPP, RCEP, or even WTO. Let's reform that. So I think in the long run, we have to solve that. In the short term, it's going to be very chaotic.
在美国现在加征关税的同时，我们也看到，欧洲的情况也变得非常复杂，特别是欧洲最重要的两个国家，德国它的议会前的选举目前还不是非常明朗，还有法国呢，它也因为政府的频繁的这种更迭，对国家的经济也造成了影响。在这种情况下，您如何看待欧元它的前景？还有包括由于这个 NATO 就是北约的，它的这些成员国现在正面临着增加国防开支的这样的一个压力，在其成员国本身对经济越来越不满的这种当下，您认为欧盟它还有能力去继续维持它的这种国际责任吗？
Well, I think that for the European Union, certainly it's going to have a hard time ahead. With the war still not finished, with the Trump push them to raise the defense budget, with the economies slowing down, and also the political landscape is not very clear. Germany, France may have a unstable government. So this is going to create a lot of problems. So in that sense, I think European Union needs to be more strategic, independent, and then really carve a space between China and the US. So I think what Trump is doing, including wants to take over Greenland, they're going to put a lot of pressure on the geopolitical, on European countries. So it's a good timing that EU to improve the relation with China, with the rest of the world, with Global South, rather than follow up too closely with US. where US said China is a strategic rivalry and European countries said China is a systematic rivalry. So I think that kind of a narrative and that kind of approach is no longer feasible. And then furthermore, I think China and the EU should strengthen economic cooperation. Probably now it's a good time to revive, to restore the EU-China Comprehensive Investment Treaty, which has been put on hold for the last several years. So I think there's a lot of potential for EU and China to collaborate during this, difficult time. And EU, after all, is still one of the largest economies in the world. China and EU should work together to sustain this turbulent time ahead of us.
我现在还有一个问题是，也是关于美国总统特朗普的，因为从年初到现在，特朗普的一举一动可以说都是受到了国际媒体的高度关注。那么在最近呢，他又提出了关于加沙的一些言论。您对特朗普关于加沙的，特别是他提出的美国来接管加沙，他的这个观点，你有什么看法？可以，或者说，特朗普提出的接管加沙的这种意图，他是认真的吗？
Well, I think what President Trump said is probably real. And the thing is that, we need a balance of the world. I mean, China is the largest trading partner with Gulf countries and with many Middle East countries. And of course, also have a huge economic influence there. So I don't think it's a good idea to relocate 2 million Palestinians from Gaza to other countries, which could add chaotics. But China as one of the P5 member countries of UN, and China, EU, and many other countries can really be a balanced view of what US has been proposing. I think EU against relocate Gaza, Palestinians. China, of course, is against that. Let's stick to the two Palestinian state solution that all countries has agreed in the past, and let's really do that. So China is an important balance of this unilateral approach by the United States. I think China is also a great friend of Gulf countries, Middle East countries. With all 14 fractions of Palestinians, we could really provide some constructive ideas. China could also reconstruct Gaza with its huge infrastructure, building capacities, and even Ukraine. So I think Chinese involvement for a peaceful Middle East transition to stick to the two Palestinian state solution, together with the EU and many other countries, BRICS countries, would be so important. So that we shouldn't have just one country unilateralism to dominate the future plan of Gaza and the Palestinians.
So AI has become a central point in competition between global major powers. And many countries are implementing new measures to control, to regulate AI development. So we have, for example, European Union has initiated new law that would control AI development. How do you think would these measures be effective in AI regulation and controlling?
Yes, I just came from AI summit in Paris. I attended the AI summit in Paris. I think that AI is something that we have to, fight internationally together or develop together. We have a climate change, now we have AI, we have a global debt. So unilateralism is not going to work with this global village that we are all one Earth, one planet. So AI is a double-edged sword. It could be good, could be bad. It depends how we're going to govern it and regulate. And China and France and EU and India, they've signed a declaration of AI in Paris, whereas US and UK didn't sign it. I think this already shows a divide. But this divide is not based on ideological, not based on the political system, but based on the common understanding for the global future governance of AI, which is, I think, is a good way of doing this. So we should convince US and the UK to join the AI declaration. And we need to form a new AI governance global system. In that sense, China, France, India, EU, and many other countries should work together, including US and the UK. So I think it's a good start, but let's continue to work together.
So China has been making significant advancements of AI. For example, China has implemented a new AI system called DeepSeek, which is surpassing even ChatGPT or other Western counterparts. How do you see what are the next steps of China in AI development?
Yes, I think AI is really a powerful tool for the mankind to master, to have. But we have to do it in a better way and more economically cost-effective way. So the DeepSeek model that Chinese company innovated is a breakthrough. It's a revolutionary new phenomenon for the AI area. It provides open sources. It's an open system. It's much economic. It's cost-effective. It's just a friction of the cost. It's break the monopoly of the those big AI company in the West, particularly in the US. It's provide a greater space for the developing countries to master AI technology in the future. It shows how possible, not just use a little budget. You can develop a powerful AI tool as useful as the billions of, if not trillions of spending to develop that kind of tools. So I think it's very significant. So I think this paved the way for the future at a much larger scale, particularly for global South countries, for developing countries, to master AI, to harness AI power for the future benefit of the mankind. But also it's provide healthy competition. So that's why you see all the AI company welcomes that. It's a healthy AI competition. But China being one of the largest AI countries, China has the largest AI talent in the world. Every year they graduate 30 million college graduates. Half of them are science engineering graduates. So China is really abundant to have a lot of AI talent. And many AI talent in the US are also from China. So I think there's many ways we can collaborate with US, with EU, with Global South to make AI accessible for all countries, for all people, but also in a better way to use it. So I think this DeepSeek is a revolutionary breakthrough in AI area, and then that really shows that we're going to have a brighter future for AI in the future.
And another interesting development is a collaboration between Apple and Alibaba in AI development for iPhone in China. What does this partnership signify for Chinese tech market and the global market as well?
No, I think this is good news. I mean, China and Apple is partnering with Alibaba to do the AI for AI phones, which is very good. And Apple being the largest iPhone producers in the world, 80-90% of iPhone was made in China. So if Alibaba can be a partner as an AI partner, I'm sure iPhone will have it still continues big market share in China and for the world as well. So this is good news. This shows that how US and China, even though despite differences, they can still work together, the two largest companies in the AI area. So I hope that TikTok can be accepted in China. We hope that Google or X can come to China. Let's really relax the control and let's open to each other, and then we have a better collaboration between China and the US and the rest of the world.
Thank you.